Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Easy, most known Easy Old Soul. Back at y'all again. 365 drop. This is Jan 12th. A little difficult, but Jan 12th nonetheless. And hey, this is my drop of the day. The AFC has been decided. So now we know what we're working with. We know we got games next week coming, dropping this week and next week. All right. Which I'm glad them boys is in there. They is definitely in for a fight. So I'm not sure why. Like I said, I seen the brackets yesterday. It was a little bit different than what I thought I was gonna get. But apparently, you could just switch. That's what the NFL been doing this time. They just been switching out games and doing it differently. So it shows on the brackets that San Francisco is supposed to go against the Bears, but I guess they flipped it to have San Francisco go against the Seahawks, which somewhat makes sense. It's just the way the bracket look, it doesn't make sense. So uh, because the lower seed goes against the first seed, so it makes sense. So if San Francisco beat Philly and San Francisco was a six seed, it makes sense that they're going against the Seahawks. And the Bears is going against the Rams. It's gonna be a challenge, but we can get it done. If we got the other one done. If the Rams almost lost to the Panthers again, not saying we better than the Panthers, I believe we are. Um, we should be able to pull that one out. And then on the other side, you got the Buffalo Bills versus the Broncos. I'm sure everybody's going to be looking at that. Although they said Josh Allen did sustain some injuries this past weekend, they said he's good to go, so that's good to know. And then you're gonna have the Patriots versus the Houston Texans after the game just finished today. Pittsburgh Steelers could make it happen. Hey, Tomlin, I hate to say it, bro, and I support coaching, especially from black coaches, but your time might be up, bro. Your time might be up. You kind of like Harbaugh. You kind of like John Harbaugh. Yeah, actually, both Harbaughs really, but John Harbaugh from the Raiders. I mean, Raiders, Ravens. 18 years, one chip. You know, I don't. I know you had probably more than 18 years with the Steelers. If I'm, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you had more than 18 years with the Steelers, but you only came up with two, as far as I know. I believe you only won two in your time, and yeah, you go to the playoffs every year, but you can make an argument that sometimes the division ain't what it is. Sometimes, since you've been and it's just like you really ain't producing nothing. Now this year, I can say I would have found it hard if you would have won because you didn't have a lot of weapons. Yeah, you got the duo running backs, and that was kind of good, but you really needed that X factor on that offense, and you had that in DK, but DK doesn't have no B. Sometimes you need an A1 and yeah, in the lineup you need an A and a B. You got an A for sure, which is DK. You have nothing after that. Everybody else is third string. Calvin Austin, third string. Valdez Scanlon, third string for sure. Probably fourth string if you want to really qualify. The tight ends are good but older. You know, Fryer moves is getting up there. John was, he's good in spurts. Hayward, like you had just a whole bunch of thirds. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, you had a good defense. You paid for the defense. You know what I'm saying, but your offense was not much to speak of. So it was gonna have to be a miracle with old man Rodgers. And I won't lie to y'all. I won't lie to y'all. I know it don't even make a big difference, but on that Calvin Austin tripping play, they should have called pass interference on that one. To me that was blatant. Yeah, they hand fighting and stuff like that, but you trip them right before the ball comes. Like you don't know if he got because you're gonna say, oh, it wasn't wasn't a catchable reception. So no harm, no foul. He wouldn't have got to it anyway. You don't know that. If he would have kept him, if he would have got two more steps on it, he might have been able to reach out and hey, people done did it before. People done did it before. So the fact that they let that ride, that was kind of crazy. That was kind of crazy, and everybody was calling it a no call. To me, and like I said, I'm not even the biggest Pittsburgh fan. I'm a fan, but I'm not like crazy. Like, oh no, that should have been called. That's just how I feel on that one. Argue with your mama. But yeah, once again, they couldn't pull it off. Texas has advanced, and I think this is C.J. Stroud second time going, and I think this might be the first game he advanced. So right now, I think he's doing better than Trevor Lawrence has, and it's just like, yeah. So looks like Josh Allen got to go be Superman. Hopefully, Caleb can go be Iceman, as they call him. You know what I'm saying? And we get that win. It's gonna be very difficult. I feel like this is another section of the wild card because you never know who's coming out with that victory. But much respect to the teams that made it. I think y'all gonna get a good weekend of football again, and I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy it myself. But just wanted to check in with y'all about that. It's your boy Easy, most known unknown Easy also. Bears. Bear. 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 The down. Bear down. I'm out of here, y'all.